Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our fifth AI use case video. In this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about how, as project managers, we can use AI in helping us with meeting summaries and action items, something that has been kind of very transformational just for me as a project manager, being able to use generative AI to help me create these kind of tedious things that I normally had to create but now can do in half the time. So let's go ahead and talk about what do I mean first, kind of about what do I mean by a meeting summary. So, after a meeting has been completed, typically the project manager is tasked with the duty to summarize those meeting notes and provide a follow-up message and action items, okay? So what this typically looks like is over here. If you haven't seen like a meeting summary template, but typically have the name of the meeting, when it occurred, who attended, maybe even a summary of the project. And then, of course, kind of the biggest piece of this is the action items, because we want to keep that momentum going for our project teams, right? So a meeting summary is a brief overview of the key points and decisions made during a meeting, and it's usually written after the meeting and is shared with attendees and other important stakeholders. It's really useful, like I said, for keeping people informed, used as a reference. I would even tell you guys this, that you can point back to action item lists to help hold your clients and customers accountable. If you get it in writing, it is much easier to say, hey, we outlined what you're supposed to do, but maybe you didn't do it, right? So definitely good for an accountability standpoint. And I also provide a little reference here if you're kind of more interested in meeting management as a whole, but that's kind of the basic overview, right? It is it's a summarization of the key points to help keep the team accountable and moving in the right direction. Now, Gen AI tools have the ability for us to take our meeting transcripts, right? So a meeting transcript is just, a mess of all the words, right? What everybody said, at what minute they said it. It's kind of a long document, but it lacks any sort of structure, right? Transcripts do not have structure. So, creating that meeting summary document that you guys saw in the previous slide, boy, that could be very tedious. Sometimes it could be inconsistent, and it could be very, very time consuming, but it's completely necessary. There's never going to be a world where we don't, as project managers, send out some sort of follow-up. So AI-powered meeting notes can really help us be more detailed and accurate, and ultimately, right, save us time. Now, something I won't talk specifically about Zoom. I'm going to talk more about kind of, how you can use ChatGPT for this. But Zoom has, capabilities to do like meeting summaries here. And I provide a link to that here if you want to read more about it. But, one of the things I would encourage for you guys is explore the meeting technology that you guys have and see if there's any kind of options here for meeting summarization notes that maybe you're just not taking advantage of. Now, with that, we can also just use tools like ChatGPT or Claude, like we've been talking about, to produce an AI meeting summary. So you can kind of see the example here, and we'll create one together like we've been doing in this series. You could say, hey, give me a bullet summary, give me the key insights, and also give me, the action items here, right? So to help showcase that just a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and bring up ChatGPT here, and we'll walk through an example, right? So here's how this looks. So I got, just an example transcript online. This is about like a county commission. This is a totally made up example, but there's some people, they're talking, and you can see this is what, kind of standard meeting transcript would look like, right? Now at the bottom of this, I've given the AI a prompt. I said above, I provided you a meeting transcript. Summarize the following in a formal email. Title it, give me the action items, give me the members of the meeting, and also just give me some notes. I'm actually kind of curious what ChatGPT will do with that section, and I encourage you guys to also kind of experiment in that regard. So we're going to allow this to run through. Now, I am using the 01 preview version here of ChatGPT, which is a little bit more advanced with its reasoning capabilities. So you can kind of see here it's doing much more thinking before it's actually going to provide me an answer here. So we will let this run here. And here we go. Okay. So gave me the subject, summary of our commission meeting. Dear commissioners, please find below the summary of our meeting. It was the title of the meeting, the people who were present. Wow, there's a lot of people present in that meeting. Example. Also gave us some action items. We've got results, resolutions. We've got some notes here as well. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, imagine if it was your job to take this very long transcript up here and do all of this by hand. That would take you a long time, right? One of the things I want you guys to think about as we continue on with this generative AI series, and as you guys continue to think about generative AI as you go back into your full-time jobs or you start your career, is how can I leverage these tools not to think for me, but to save me time so I can think more. I think that's an important thing to remember about AIs. This is freeing up more time for us to be more critical with our thought. Okay? So with that, I hope everybody enjoyed that. Nice job and happy learning, and I will see you in the next one.